Hello my fellow gamers, this is Shadow from Shadow Online Gaming, bringing you part 3 of my best out of 3 against the YouTuber BlackIron from BlackIron Battles. If you haven't been to his channel yet, why? It's part 3. I do this every series. If it's part 3 and you've not been to his channel, what's wrong with you? Go check out the link in the description. You won't regret it. He's got some really good thematic. I believe, I have to point out, one of his is the Battle of Helm's Deep using Warhammer Fantasy Modern. Fantastic, so definitely worth watching there. This is me with my Empire against his horrible Orc forces. A nice good classic grudge match here. So the quick sum up here, I've got 588 infantry to his 933. I've got a lot of cavalry, 135 cavalry to his 60. I've got 3 pieces of artillery, which is mortars, to his 6 pieces of artillery, which are 2 lots of rock lobbers. I've also got one other, which is Karl Franz himself on Deathclaw. And that means I have a total of 727 to his 999. Because he didn't want to go into 4 digits, he was dead bang on doing 999. So, let's go through my army. I have got here 4 units of halberdiers, 2 units of crossbowmen, a unit of greatswords. There is a warrior priest in there to buff up all their leadership. Obviously Karl Franz on his Deathclaw. You've got a group of mortars and you've got a jade wizard. And on the flank you've got 2 units of Empire Knights and a unit of Reichsguard, because this is the Emperor's army, so these guys are going to be in it. But this is what I was saying in the previous game, is, you know, Middenham, they have really cool guys of blue and everything. These guys have just a little bit red and not much really. It's kind of dark and dull compared to the blue. So where is BlackIron's army? Here it is. Mogrub's Mangy Marauders. Well, that's where they should be deployed. No, the rest of the army's deployed on the hill over there. So he deployed these guys. I don't know if they were for scouting or what, but they were all on their own, the poor guys. Now this army is a pain to go through because, you know, I like to sum it up: 4 halberdiers, 2 crossbowmen, things like that. Apparently BlackIron wanted 1 of every unit. Yay! So, we've got 3 units of Savage Orcs at the front, 2 units of Savage Biggins, which are on the flanks. You've got the Rock Lobbers there and there. Behind that, you've got Grimgor Ironhide, because he done so well for me in the first episode. You've got Black Orcs there and there. You've also got Goblin Archers, Night Goblin Archers, and the Rusty Arrows. That is a good choice. You've also got behind here the Warlord's Boys, and of course hidden at the very back is a Night Goblin Shaman. They're always hidden at the back, aren't they? I believe that's everything. Oh no, sorry, then you got the Goblin Big Boss, for some reason hidden out. I don't want to know what he's doing in the woods on his own, but he's got a little spider there. So yeah, that's our army. So this is, if you've not already seen, we have won a game apiece. So this will be the deciding game, which has never happened before on this channel, in this series. It's normally they destroy me 80% of the time, and a couple, or I think it's only 1 actually so far, that I destroyed them in 2 games. So it's not a whitewash, and this is going to be a proper fight, this one. So the Orcs are trying to hold a position there. These guys I think we're just scouting and getting the nuisance. I make a line here, just on the top of the hill, because my mortars can shoot them. And my knights are going to go around the back and cause all sorts of chaos. As you saw in my previous game, I'm getting quite good at using my cavalry, so these guys are kind of just getting themselves in a better position on the hill. I love the way he walks them. He doesn't run them. A lot of people are like, oh, all movement orders have to be run. No, they don't. They really, really don't. So I believe the mortar is just going to be in range now, so they'll get to open fire. And hopefully not hit the Emperor in the face. Hopefully it's going to get him in the front. But so we were kind of just eyeing each other up. He starts throwing his rock robbers, and in goes the mortars. In they come. Gets a really good hit straight off the bat there. So the knights are moving up. He's got these guys trying to probably pester them a bit. Oh, this is a good classic line. I've got Empire Orcs. Apparently my lord's under attack. Was that from friendly fire, or was that from the rock robbers? I don't know, but the rocks are hitting at the great swords, and I've actually killed a few already. But we're killing a few of them. He now realises he's got to attack, so he gets a full attack. What's great is at this angle, so I'm going to have to shift my line, or he's going to hit me in the flank. Now these cavalry are charging in. He sends in his biggins. Yes, I know biggins are good against cavalry, but I'm hoping against the charge with lances. Boom, straight in there. And then I immediately pull them back out again. And he uses spells on them. He uses itchy nuisance, I believe. Yeah, which is great because I had no intentions of keeping them in the fight. So that was a complete wasted spell. But lo and behold, while they're running away, he's also done, yeah, just itchy nuisance. These guys are coming against the catapults, the rock lobbers, and there we go. We've got Gorkle Fixer on this group now. He's trying to get these guys to move in, but I've got these guys now charging into the weak flank of just the average savage orcs, and look at the damage this is causing on this army. And look, as they pull out, they charge in. I think I may have perfected cycle charges there. It was, as soon as one pulled out, the other hit, they pulled out, the other hit. He's now unleashed his warg. He is trying to get these Empire Knights out, but now the crossbowmen are in range, and he's running across my line. He's not actually charging me. These guys, now they've destroyed the catapult, are on the move. Yes, straight for the other catapult. And he's got his Wolf Riders, a Goblin Shaman, his Black Orcs, and Savage Biggins, all after one group of Knights, which is not brilliant. And these guys are chasing after here. So all my crossbow and mortars are getting, you know, all these easy shots and doing a huge amount of damage. His rock lob, I believe, actually abandoned the machines they have. They are running for their little lives. Look at them go. But it's not going to be good enough as the Knights go charging through. Oh, I think the one just went through the camera. These guys are now giving up and charging. These guys have finally charged in, so I now charge with my guys coming in. Those guys are trying to reinforce the Knights. I want to get rid of their leadership. See, these Knights now are coming in. They're trying to get some shots off, but now these guys are in a beautiful chart place to get some rear charges in. So the battle is now properly joined. Are you gonna? Oh, did I forget to move? Come on, guys, move. Rear charge. Stop being shot at and rear charge. There we go. The Emperor himself is joining in. The Warlord boys are trying to get involved, and the priest is going to kick them royally in the face. These Knights I did kind of forget about, I'll be honest, but it's keeping them busy. He's keeping them busy, but it was kind of wasteful. You got those guys running. Those guys are pretty much breaking, so now we're taking on these Savage Orcs on their own. Where are my Knights? Oh no, the Knights charged the archers, which actually does make tactical sense to try and get rid of that. But yeah, so they should kite them down. But unfortunately, the Reichsguard are all white still, but the Empire Knights have broken. But now another chunk of the army's coming. But this is the great thing, I've split his armies up. Now what is he doing here? He's got his captain, I believe, is trying to kill my Jade Wizard, which is a bit mean. These halberdiers are broken, but the Emperor is coming in to help them. These guys are charging into the Orcs because he had them on move order, so I got a few extra attacks in. The rock lobbers are back. As you see, I'm getting the mortars to focus on the groups. So where there's a nice big group, as you can see, it is making them break. My Empire Knights, look, this is not good. At this point, I do get every knight I can and say you need to charge into the rear, guys. You need to get in there. The Emperor is trying to save the Jade Wizard. Where's the priest? Priest is here on his own, which is not great, but he's keeping all those guys busy. These guys are now getting swamped by arrows. Here comes the cavalry. They're all going in. Did the mortar just hit my own guys? That wasn't good. But these guys are trying to, as you can see, their morale pretty much breaks instantly. Look at that, it just drops as the Knights charge in, which is what I wanted. I've got halberdiers coming in. My great swords are finally entering the battle. In goes the Emperor to try and save the warrior priest, who is wavering. But the Black Orcs, as you know, aren't as scared as the Savage Orcs, so they'll keep fighting until there's no real choice. And you see, we now got crossbowmen. Fine, a lot of my guys are breaking. And they're trying to kill the Night Goblin Shaman, and Grimgor is going for them. The Knights are now coming for it. It seems to all of a sudden been this whole thing here is the most important bit. As the Emperor has taken a bit of a beating there, but he should be okay. The Knights helping, but he is coming after the crossbowmen. And these guys are shooting the crossbowmen. Mortars, stop it, mortars. Crying out. I'm now doing all the bases I can of the priest to try and keep him busy. Here's another unit of the Black Orcs, and these guys just do not break. See, the Emperor has taken quite a damage now. I've got the Great Swords have beaten those guys back, so they're now coming in to try and reinforce this fight here. You've got the crossbowmen are fighting the Savage Orcs here, but for the moment they are holding their own. The mortar is getting shot by those guys, but they're trying to shoot them. As you can see, this is absolute chaos. And where is the Emperor? The Emperor himself is now taking on Grimgor, which is probably not the best move, so I'll try and get him out, because we don't really want him getting... Wrong button, there we go. So I've just sent in the Great Sword to try and weaken him. Look at the size of him though, it's ridiculous. And of course, let's not forget, he has got that War Boss, which is now going against those crossbowmen. And very quickly, as you can see, it seems to be turning around. I mean, it's about midway. As you can see, all these guys that have rallied, I've left them on the hill, and they're now counter-charging with the Emperor himself to try and push this tide back. The Jade Wizard is trying to get some room, but he is just being beaten up by the Goblin, and the Priest is being chased down by the Savage Biggins. It's suddenly not looking all too great, and I don't know why these Great Swords are going. It's like, no, charge into them, charge into him. As you can see, he's about half health now. I've got this nice pocket of guys here, ready to take on whatever needs to be taken on. Please don't say I charge into those Black Orcs, because there I am, aren't I? Nope, there we go, that's what I thought. As you see, I'm trying to... My thinking is, if I can kill Grimgor, I can win this battle. So once again, it comes down to an epic duel between two heroes, the Emperor Kel'Thranz against the war boss Grimgor Ironhide. And the Emperor himself has been slain. Grimgor has won. And you can see, it was so close. It was a matter of, if Grimgor fell, I reckon the Orcs would have instantly broke as well. Get my breath back now. That was a close one. Blinking there. Right, okay, so the series goes to the challenger BlackIron from BlackIron Battles. Thank you so much for joining me. That was a ridiculously good game. Really good. Seriously, I reckon if Grimgor fell, the Orcs would have quickly broken as well. It was all down to that duel, and unfortunately he is just a monster in close combat compared to the Emperor. But I didn't have much guys left, so I kind of felt like I had to send him in. And you can see, he did get 71 kills. The Jade Wizard got 11, the Priest 31. The Halberdier's got alright, 27, 42, 39, 37. The Great Swords didn't kill anyone. I left them at the back too long. I believe the Rock Robbers were targeting them, so they lost a lot of guys before they even got... They should have just aimed for the Black Orcs and the Grimgor Ironhide. They should. The crossbowmen though did really good. A lot of people say, "Oh, you don't really want them because they don't have armor piercing." Yeah, but they've got longer range and actually do more damage per shot. And the fact that you had a lot of Savage Orcs with pretty much no armor, they did really good. With 88 and 55. The Knights, now one group only got 23, but the other one got 124, and the Rice Guard got a nice 69, and the Mortar got a good 51 kills, but it's also the Disruption they caught was brilliant. Grimgor Ironhide, 66 kills, the Shaman got 4, the Goblin Boss got 16, but he did take my Wizard out of the fight pretty much. The Warlord's Boys got 31 kills, the Savage Orcs got 67, which is nice, 29-13, the Biggins got 61-56, no surprise there, the Black Orcs, 8 kills there, that's not great, but 31 there, so but he's up pretty much full health. I think that was the unit that barely got in the fight. Then you've got the Goblin Archers of 2 kills, the Night Goblins of 7, and the Rusty Owls of 8, so even though they were shooting a point blank at the Knights and that, didn't really do much. But the Wolves did 29 kills, which was good for it, and his Rock Robbers did alright, the 37 and 39 kills there. So yeah, that is it. It's probably the closest series I've ever had of Shadow against the YouTubers. Absolutely brilliant game, great opponent. We were chatting for ages before, during, and after the games as well. Just, you know, really great lad. So definitely worth checking him out. His link, as always, will be in the description. I thank you very much, BlackIron, for accepting my challenge and coming along for these best out of 3. Absolutely brilliant, especially with the time difference. It was about 8 o'clock in the morning for me, midnight for him while we were playing this. So we weren't at our best, but I don't think we ever will with our time difference. But yes, absolutely great series. Really enjoyed it. I definitely will be doing more games with BlackIron in the future. Thank you very much. And obviously, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I would really appreciate it if you did. You're guaranteed to get good stuff. Okay, I may have lied a little bit. There's a good chance there'll be good stuff. Yeah, that sounds better. And obviously, if you've not been to BlackIron's channel yet, go have a look, subscribe, definitely worth it. Yeah, and hopefully look forward to who my next YouTuber will be for Shadow Against the YouTubers. Till then, take care.